In this lesson, we're going to be discussing attributes of quadrilaterals. Another attribute of a quadrilateral is the number of lines of symmetry that it has. Remember that symmetry is when a shape can be folded in line and line up with itself like a heart. So oftentimes we fold a heart in half and it will line up perfectly. That means that we have a line of symmetry. So all squares and rectangles have 4 right angles and the adjacent sides are perpendicular. So that means that the two sides that meet at a vertex are perpendicular, create a square corner, and we have 4 right angles in each of the corners. A shape is symmetrical when it could be folded so that one part matches the other part exactly. So the fold line is the line of symmetry. Some quadrilaterals have no lines of symmetry. So if I were to take and cut these shapes out, there'd be no way that I can fold them so that they line up with each other. And I think you guys can see, especially with this one and this one, where if I were to fold it here, it wouldn't line up and I couldn't really fold it any other way. And so sometimes we have no lines of symmetry. Some have one line of symmetry. So I have 2 versions of a kite here, and those will have one line of symmetry. So that dotted line, if I were to fold down, it would line up. And I have a trapezoid, and if I were to fold down the middle here, they would line up. Some have 2 lines of symmetry. So this is a rectangle. So I could fold it 2 ways and have it line up. Here is a parallelogram, and I have 2 lines. And there is one quadrilateral, a square, that has 4 lines of symmetry. So I can fold it down this middle, or I can fold it from either side, and it's going to line up perfectly. In your practice questions today, we are going to ask you to play with lines of symmetry, as well as some of the information from the previous lesson, and work with our quadrilaterals to determine different properties of them. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about this Carroll diagram. So a Carroll diagram is basically this chart here, and so it's kind of like a Venn diagram, but a little bit more complicated. So anything in this box would have parallel sides and equal sides. Anything in this box would not have parallel sides, but would have equal sides. So it's just a different way where we can add different dimensions to it, so we can make it a little bit more complicated than we could with circles. So here's a Venn diagram, and you have to write the sorting rule that we use based on the attributes or the different characteristics. And then we have some other shapes that you're going to be asked to describe the different attributes. So good luck with those. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be super happy to help you out.